Hello there, Pisces. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of March the 28th through April the 3rd. I am going to be pulling one card per day to take a peek at the highlight for the day, or maybe even the theme of the day, as we go through the week. This is, as a reminder, just a general tarot reading for all the Pisces who watch this video. So it may not be true that every single thing happens for every single Pisces who watches. If you want to have a private reading where all the energies apply strictly to you, then you can always go to my website, get my contact information, and reach out to me, and we can get that taken care of for you. My website is what's right there at the very top of my head in the screen. That's where you find my contact information and all the information about my readings, my Reiki sessions, my mentoring sessions, etc., etc. Okay, I think I'm done tap dancing. Your cards are on the table, Pisces. So, what we have going on here for you for Saturday, we have the Hanged Man showing up in reverse. I like the Hanged Man in reverse, actually. And Sunday, what you have showing up is the World, also in reverse. So, if you haven't been to my channel before, we don't stress out about reversals here. Some reversals are better than what they are right side up. So, we just don't stress about them at all. Now, Saturday with the Hanged Man coming up in reverse, this just tells me that you had some kind of situation that you weren't sure how to move forward with. You were trying to make the best decision possible around this and trying to factor in how that decision would affect everybody involved. When the card comes up in reverse, this says you have found the solution that allows you to move forward the most productively, the most harmoniously with everybody involved, and you are taking action on that decision on Saturday. So the holdup, the time of waiting and figuring out, is ending on Saturday. Very good news. Now, on Sunday, we have the World card in reverse, which tells me there's something that you're trying to finish up, wrap up, put away, be done with on Sunday, but there's something about this that is just not letting you tuck in all the loose ends just yet. Doesn't mean that you won't be wrapping this up, but it might take more time than you might have expected. All right. Now let's look at the cards for the week and then we'll come back and we'll talk about them. So the first card is coming out on Monday. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. And don't worry, it's a neutral card when it's right side up. What is this? This is the Eight of Swords. I almost said the three, but that would be leaving out the five. So this is the Eight of Swords in reverse. I actually like that one better than right side up. So that's a positive one. Queen of Pentacles. Now this is kind of neutral. And what do we have? The Four of Pentacles in reverse. That's also kind of neutral. And we have the Empress in reverse. This is just some really good advice that we need to heed. So, see, we just don't worry about reversals. We had how many reversals for your spread? All of your cards were reversed. I don't think I see that very often. I might see 4 or 5, but all of them, that's the first time that I've seen that in a very long time, in years. What are the odds? Okay, so Four of Swords in reverse just means that you're going to be doing something in a different location than what you normally do. This is a different geographic location, and it's a very literal card for me. So you could be taking your kid to a different daycare than usual. You could be working in a different location than usual. Maybe you're traveling for work. Maybe you normally work from home, but you're working in the office, or vice versa. But something is happening in a different location than normal. Maybe you're going out to eat instead of eating at home or whatever. Something's happening in a different location. Okay. Now, looking at, see, that reversal wasn't so bad now, was it? Somebody is out there watching this, stressing about the reversals. I'm telling you, you don't have to. Eight of Swords in reverse, at least not on my channel. Eight of Swords in reverse is a really good card as well. It's very similar to, it's actually like the little brother or the little sister to the Hanged Man in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse says that there's something that you've been thinking and rethinking and second guessing and questioning yourself and your decision making process. And when this card comes up in reverse, now you're breaking away from all of that thinking and rethinking. Now you've made a decision that you feel comfortable with and you're able to move forward and take action. Very cool. Now, Wednesday, remember I said what we had here, that Queen of Pentacles, that she's kind of neutral? Here's her story. Queen of Pentacles is somebody who has been generous to somebody in their sphere of influence. And in this case, that's going to be you, Pisces. You've been generous to somebody in your sphere of influence. Now, does generosity mean money? Maybe. It could also mean time, energy, effort. You could be working on a project for them, trying to help them with whatever. But what you're realizing is where you have been trying to give them help to get a leg up, they're not getting a leg up. Instead, they're getting more dependent on you to help them. And so with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, now you're cutting off that generosity because you don't want to be a codependent person. You want them to be responsible for their stuff. And so you're cutting off that generosity because it's not actually helping them get a leg up, which was the whole point. It's turning into something toxic, which you would rather not have. Now, that's why you're doing it. On Thursday, Four of Pentacles in reverse. Now, Four of Pentacles talks about either money or something tangible that has been stashed away, maybe hidden away, but it's been put away for the future, for some other event, some event in the future. And so when we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, this talks about the idea that we're hitting our stash. If we've got some money stashed away, we're pulling it out on Thursday. We could be paying for something that kind of hits us out of nowhere that we weren't expecting, or we could be paying for exactly what we stashed that money away for. Either way, we're pulling that money out of our stash, or whatever this is, out of our stash, so that we can now use it on Thursday. And it doesn't have to be money. I actually had that card and pulled it for a lady when I was living in Missouri at a flea market. And she said that she had just taken a handgun that she had stashed away for her niece because these were, they're country people. This is a normal thing out there. So she had stashed a handgun away for her niece, and her niece had just turned a certain age, 16, 18, something. And so now she had taken that handgun out of her stash, and she had just been, getting it ready to give her niece, taking it apart, cleaning it again, making sure it was functional, sighted in, all that good stuff. And so it doesn't have to be money that we have stashed away. It can be something that is a tangible thing as well. Okay? But we are taking it out of its stashed away place now, and we're using it, whatever it is. And that's Thursday. Now, Friday, remember Friday I said we have a piece of advice coming up here. We have the Empress in reverse. The Empress in reverse tells me that on Friday, Pisces, you're going to be manifesting exactly the opposite of what you want. And how do we do that? How do we do that? When we're familiar with law of attraction, how do we do that? Here's how we do that. We focus on what we're afraid of. We focus on what we're nervous about rather than focusing on what we actually would like to see come into our lives. And so when we have the Empress come up reversed in a reading, that says that we are focusing in the wrong direction. We're not focusing on what we want. We're focusing on the negative version of that, the version that we don't want. And so the advice with this is whenever those thoughts come up, you don't want to fight them because then you're adding energy to them. You just want to acknowledge them. Yep, that could be. And then say your key phrase, but wouldn't it be nice if? And then after if, you fill in what your outcome is that you would really like to see. Maybe you even go a little bit over the top with it because, you're just talking. Your words are spells. Why wouldn't you go a little over the top? And then you'll be amazed when you say something like that out loud to your own thoughts. You'll be amazed at how quickly you'll start to get hints that things are turning in a good way for you. But you have to kind of catch those negative thoughts, and you have to like take them by the hand and turn them around. The brain cannot think two contrasting thoughts at the same time. So once you've switched over to, but wouldn't it be nice if, your brain can't send out that vibration for the negative version of it. Your brain can only send out the vibration for what's coming out of your mouth because you cannot think differently than what you're actually saying, not contradictorily. And so that helps to set that vibration. And so you just want to do that over and over as long as it takes until you get the vibration going in the direction you want it. All right. So that's what we have for the week, Pisces. Thank you all so much for being here. I do appreciate all of you and all of your support. Don't forget to put a comment down below if you would like. If this helped you at all, subscribe, put a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And of course, if I don't see you here for a reading, a Reiki session, or a mentoring session during the week, then I will see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.